Vet Megan Alderson's here with the pros and the cons of desexing and other surgical procedures to consider for your puppy at the same time. Greetings.
Hello.
You're not here alone, no. This is Mao.
This is Mao, who kindly decided to join me today. His parents were so good to let me just show him off and just show what we can do.
He's been under the knife, under your knife.
He sure has. And you can see he's not too unhappy about it.
No.
We basically... he came in for desexing, and prior to desexing we had a good talk about what else we could do to actually make this guy, as a New Zealander, a lot happier and more healthy as a dog.
OK, we're going to touch on that in a minute. When it comes to the desex, how old is Mao? He's a Pekingese, eh?
He's a Pekingese and he's 7 months old.
OK. What is the ideal age?
We usually do them at around about 6 months.
Yeah. Why is that?
That is because, A, they can handle the anaesthetic. Yeah. So we've got, you know, organ function that will process those drugs. So it's a lot safer and easier for us. Right. 6 months because they haven't come on heat as far as the females are concerned. Because
I always thought you were meant to give them 1 season if they were female.
It's definitely controversial because, you know, 1 season's 22 days of being on heat, locked up, you know, bleeding. Wearing nappies. Potentially going to get pregnant. Yeah. And it's not necessary. It doesn't really change their behaviours or anything, so it doesn't make them more mature. And there's only a few reasons, if things aren't quite right down the back end, that we would actually say, look, maybe a heat would be good. Right. Okay. Or else you know, if we wanted to improve temperament something. Yeah. Yeah.
So what sort of a procedure is it, and how long are they with you?
They're with us for a day. It's an in and out, day spay. Okay, so they come in the morning and we usually give them a good check over. We take bloods if we're able to, just to make sure they've got no congenital hereditary problems. Yeah. And then we will do the procedure, and a boy's a little bit quicker, as you can imagine, because everything's on the outside. Yeah, everything's on the outside. Girls can take sort of 30 to 45 minutes, and then we wake them up slowly over the afternoon, make sure that their pain control is, you know, fully covered, and we see them out in the evening.
And they have a few stitches?
They sure do. So, you know, underneath here we usually have like 2 or 3 stitches in a boy and maybe the same in a girl. Okay. In different areas, of course. And are they in much, in terms of their recovery afterwards, is there much pain or...? Well, the problem is probably the first night, they're a bit sort of, I guess, drunk from the anaesthetic and they're a bit whingy and, yeah, they're sore, so we do make sure that they have got pain relief going all night. Extra cuddles. Extra cuddles, and then the problem the next day is they think they're 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and they're back to normal, zooming around the park. Is that right? Yeah, and our biggest problem is, you know, post-op complications such as too much activity rather than not enough. You know, if it was us, we would definitely be in hospital for a few days and not driving for 6 weeks. Those guys are back to full speed. Yeah, right. What will we be writing the check out for? Well, it just depends on which clinic, which area. There's some pretty good deals out there with desexing, but, you know, it's somewhere in the ballpark between $100 and probably $500, depending on what breed of dog you've got, big or small, and also, you know, boys or girls. Okay. Girls are a bit more expensive. Is there any breed that you shouldn't, for whatever reason, desex, or is this across the board, everybody should think about doing this if you're not breeding? Yeah, if you're not breeding, I think they don't need them. You know, basically they're fitter, healthier, happier pets. We have less problems with inter-dog aggression. We have less problems with behaviour such as marking behaviour. They don't get pregnant. Right. Yeah, and I think really if you're not going to breed from them, there's very few benefits from actually keeping those organs. And, you know, just breed control. Look at the SPCA, you know, it's full of dogs, so... Is that pretty much the same for cats as well? It is. Cats even worse. One cat, 100 cats later, you know, you know, their breeding rate is phenomenal. And we would like to say to every cat owner, you know, if you want to breed from them, fine, but make sure you've got your 6 owners all lined up. Absolutely. And 6 good owners. And, yeah, and they're more stay-at-home pets, better behaved, easier to look after if we desex. Like a vasectomy, is it reversible? No. Oh, okay. So you got to make sure that you don't want to breed. Believe it or not, we do vasectomise some animals just out of choice, owner choice, or for maybe breeding reasons, so they want to keep them entire. But no, if we actually do both, we take both jobs out, job's done. No, no returns. Yeah. The other thing we were going to talk about was other little procedures that can be done, not necessarily cosmetic, because they are sort of medical. Like poor old Mao here, he's got little stitches in his nose, which is a good thing because he's had an op. He has. Well, you might see the photo behind us. This is Mao in his before photo, and basically what he has is no nose.
No,
you see that his nose,
skin.
you know, and this is this is a very ancient breed. They've bred them like this, so that they can't move around much, they can't breathe much, and he's got a great big flap of skin that goes over his eyes there. That was actually rolling in and causing eye ulcerations even at 7 months old.
So it's like absolutely a case of having to.
Yes.
And look at him now.
Yeah. So now, okay, this is the after,
there we go.
which is a bit ugly after the surgery, but so that was directly after the surgery where we'd taken off all that skin. We'd just taken the fold out, tried to, remain looking like a Pekingese.
I bet you wish the cameras weren't there on that day, Mao.
And look at him now. I'll see if we can get his nose there. Yeah, he's got ear holes that he can breathe out of, and you can see he's hot, and that's how they exchange heat.
Yep.
He's got lovely folds that are no longer rolling across his eye, and what it's like to have something just a little bit in your eye, like a hair in your eye. So imagine that for his whole life. Are you finding that you're doing this sort of thing? We encourage, we do a pre-surgical consult now, and we talk about the breeds. There's a lot of bitses, there's a lot of breeds that have got a bit of this and a bit of that in there, and if we can help them out now, what it means is, a lifetime of not trying to do this, and a tracheostomy later on, so these dogs are in trouble as they get older, and this guy's going to hopefully live a long and healthy life, being able to breathe through his nose. And he's just got a couple of little stitches that you're going to try and negotiate in a week or two. Me and you have to talk, so we're negotiating those out. They're actually absorbable, so I'm hoping they're going to fall out, but they're the only ones that I couldn't get out the other day. Well, Mao, I think you look utterly amazing. The aftershot's just super duper. Yeah, he's done well. Yeah, hasn't he just? Yeah. Thanks, Megan. Brilliant. Good stuff. No problem. All right. Well, after the break, they were at #1 on some playlists. Upcoming band Sherpa play for us.